Hello trainers, welcome to One Pokepack, where we open one pack of Pokemon cards. It is Rising Sunday, so we cover one of the games or cards from Japan, the land of the rising sun. And of course, new set comes out for Pokemon, so we're going to be going over the new set. I know, it's a very illogical sense, but it's like, you know. Yeah, alright. I don't know. Alright, starting off. There's the code. Thanks for stopping by. There's basic dark energy. Alright. Starting off with Drowsy. We got Hypno yesterday, so almost got the whole set. 70 hit points, psychic type, single psychic, eerie gaze, 10 damage, and your opponent reveals a hand. I mean, that's all they really do, so. Absol, 110 hit points, dark type, single colorless, dark fall, 20 plus. If you have at least 3 dark energy in play, this attack does 50 more damage. Not a bad deal. Seadra evolves from Horsey. 90 hit points, water type. Single water, call for backup. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. 2 colorless, sharp fin for 40. Dartrax evolves from Rowlet. It's interesting artwork. 90 hit points, grass type. Single colorless, United Wings. 20x, this attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has United Wings attack. In the discard pile this time. Single grass, Cutting Wind. Well, I guess it's better than Breaking Wind. For 30 damage. Slitherwing. That literally looks like the child of Godzilla and Mothra. 140 hit points, fighting type. Ancient. Single fight into colorless. Iron Smasher for 20 plus. If your opponent has any future Pokemon in play, this attack does 120 more damage. And if they don't, well, wah wah. Oh, my camera's being weird again. I really gotta pay attention to the camera. So, anyway. Smashing Wing. 2 fighting and 1 colorless. Smashing Wing, 130. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. As you do. Cassiopeia. With their little Eevee backpack. Trainer card. You can use this card only when it is the last card in your hand. Keep that in mind. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. We are starting to slip again. This is what happens when you have a recorder phone hanger for like 2 years. It is damaged beyond all repair, and I've yet to buy a new one. I should definitely do it before the second anniversary. Yveltal, 120 hit points, dark type. Single dark, corrosive wings. Put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that have damage counters on them. That has any damage counters on it. It made sense in my head. 2 dark and a colorless. Destructive Beam for 100. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's Pokemon. And if tails, you just cry. You just cry. Academy at Night. Not to be confused with Red Skies at Night, a popular 80s song. Once during each player's turn, that player may put a card from their hand on top of their deck. We got the foil art for... that was foil, obviously. You can tell it this way. Foil for Sneasel. 7 hit points, water type. Single water cut for 10. Two water beset for 30. During the opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat, which is useful if they are weak, and are... Oh, we get a double star. It is... Ta-da! Kingdra EX. Kingdra EX, sorry about that. Evolves from Seadra, which we do have. 310 hit points. Water type. Single water, King's Order. Put up to 3 water Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench. 2 colorless, Hydro Pump for 50. The attack does 50 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Holy shit. So if you got 2, it does 100. Or, yeah, 150. 3, it does... Yeah, you can make it enough to knock it the fuck out. And that is some really cool looking foil. I like that foil treatment. Alright, let's do the rundown. First off, yes, I would definitely play this. That is nasty AF. I don't care who you are. I said 1 water, and you can get creatures back to your thing. It's just nasty as hell. I love that thing. Not the best Sneasel, like I've said before. Not really much, you know. Unless your opponent has weakness to water, Beset really doesn't do much. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to see how that would be useful. Put a card from your hand on top of the deck. I mean, maybe if your opponent's playing something where, hey, you have to reveal your hand, like, what is it? Eerie Gaze. You could, you know, put one of your cards back on top of your deck so you don't lose it, or don't let your opponent know what you're doing. But I'd have to see it in action. I do like this one. Corrosive Wings and Destructive Beam, very nasty. I mean, even without being able to discard an energy, it's still, 100 damage. That is pretty freaking sweet. Yeah, I could see myself playing this, especially if it's like, again, if it's the only card you have in your hand, just, play it and get 2 cards. So, that's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. That one is an if-then situation. Discard 2 energy. Yeah, I guess if it's one of those where hitting the creature would knock them out and you'd get a victory, I could see it. But, I mean, if your opponent's not playing any future, then, or, is it future? Yeah, if your opponent's not playing future, not much going on. I do like United Wings, like I said. Especially if you got several creatures. Like I said, I thought it was on your bench. I don't know, I'll have to look into it. It might have been discard pile, and I just haven't been paying attention. Which is common for me. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. That is a good siege roll. I do like that, especially since, comboing with Kingdra. So, even Seadra is pretty boss to start out with. So, I don't know if the Horsey is good in this one, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I do like that it's 3 dark energy in play, just not attached to that. It's just like if you have dark on them and then like 2 dark on others, you're doing 70 damage, boom, right out. I mean, yeah, it gives you advantage of knowing what your opponent could do, but I mean, Drowsy's only doing like 10 damage. Not much going on there. I guess starter Pokemon would be alright, but other than that. MVP of the set, let's see here. I mean, they're decent cards, but not really much going on. I'm gonna give it to Cassie. She is our MVP for, sacrificing herself to give us more cards. That is not a bad deal. Your decision may vary. Your decision may be different from mine. That's fine. Any case, I will see you tomorrow. That is Shrouded Fate. Shrouded Fable. Why do I want to call it Shrouded Fate? I don't know. It's the F-A-E. That's just throwing me off. Anyway, Shrouded Fable. I will see you tomorrow for the 700th episode. Woo! I gotta do something about that. Anyways, have a fantastic day.